Hi, I'm Davy. I'm awesome. Welcome to Davy's Awesome Stories, where I tell funny stories from my past or go on a rant in an effort to make you laugh. This week, something just has to be said, something that's very confusing. Why are women's bathrooms so much more disgusting than men's? As somebody who works in retail, has worked in restaurants, and has been at the bottom rung of both of those, yeah, many times in my life, my job was to clean the bathrooms. And what's crazy is 9 times out of 10, the women's bathrooms were more disgusting. Like the men's bathrooms, occasionally some guy goes in there and does something really gross that makes you look at it and go, okay, guess men win this one. Of course, pooping all over the place, peeing all over the place. One time I found a gross, wet Maxim magazine next to the toilet. I don't want to speculate why it was there, but the thing is, this is occasional. And usually when the men's is the more disgusting one, it's because of something special, like they did something really, really gross. But women's, they're usually more disgusting, and that's just normal. And that's weird, because you go to a woman's house, or you go to even on your friend's house, but a woman lives there, the bathrooms are usually great. Usually. But let's face it, there are some women that even in their home life, they're disgusting pigs. But like, you come over to my house, especially if my wife knows you're coming, she's gonna make sure those bathrooms are immaculate. She's a typical woman that if you come into our house and you go to use the bathroom and she realizes later that there was a water spot on the mirror, she's gonna get embarrassed and want to die. I'm a typical dude. Or if you come over to use the bathroom, as long as there wasn't pee on the floor, what are you complaining about? But in a public bathroom situation, I can't believe how disgusting women are. Why are you so disgusting? Some things it's just disgusting because there's no good explanation for it. Like, for example, you go into a guy's bathroom and there's a little pee on the floor near the urinals. You expect that. We expect that. Why? Because if you're going to pee standing up, occasionally you're going to miss. Don't get mad at me, that's physics. But you go into women's bathrooms and there's pee on the floor near the toilet. You don't want to know what it is, but there's a story. I will never understand how women miss, even though it gets explained to me. I've had plenty of women try to explain it to me with, sometimes it's a little girl who's not quite potty trained yet. Now, I can buy that. I only have boys, but trust me, I can buy that. Like boys, for example, it takes stages. Like at first they'll pee sitting down, but you do have to remind them you need to tuck it so it goes into the toilet, not resting on the toilet seat. But as far as the explanation of the little girl who's not quite potty trained, okay. But I'm not buying that as the explanation, because whereas I know there's a lot of kids out there, and a lot of them are potty training, it just happens way too much for that to be the reason why. So they'll give me this one. Some women don't sit, they squat. Why? This is a bathroom. It's a toilet, not a bush in the middle of the friggin' forest. Because of germs. Oh, you're worried about germs. Okay, then you're in luck. Because pretty much everywhere that has public toilets, if you look directly above the toilet, you'll see this little container, this little plastic or metal container, depending where you're at. And inside, there are these toilet seat shaped pieces of paper for you to put down on the toilet seat so you don't get germs on yourself. I believe this is what cured AIDS. Okay, maybe not really, but still, they work. If you're really that scared, use a couple. Don't do that thing where you grab like half the freaking container of toilet seat covers and put them on there, especially because the worst thing about that, especially in the women's bathrooms, is they'll grab that stack of toilet seat covers and then just leave them. As if they think the next girl's going to come in and go, oh, it's ready for me to go.
Ew.
If you would really just sit on the stack of paper that's already sitting there, you deserve gonorrhea. But then I've even heard this. Some women don't trust them. Why? Why don't you trust them? Okay? I've never heard a story of someone who said, I got crabs from a toilet seat. Which, first of all, I've never even actually heard that story. I'm pretty sure that's a myth. I've met people who've gotten crabs and, of course, made fun of them. But I've never encountered somebody who tries to claim they got it from a toilet seat. But it has been said it's happened, so let's just say that's true. When somebody like me responds with, why didn't you use a toilet seat cover? I did. The crabs got through. Yeah, that has never happened. Ever. So what is your trust issues against the toilet seat covers? Okay, did a toilet seat cover break into your house and murder your father? No. It's there. It has a job to do. You use it, you push it in the toilet, you flush it down, and you're safe. But if you really can't even trust a toilet seat cover, then go home and go take a poop.
Duh!
Because that's the thing. People have told me the squatting thing is if I'm going to look at them and go, oh, well, that makes sense. No, I'm looking at them going, yeah, I know that they're squatting. I figured that's why there's little spots of poop splattered all over the back of the wall. And by the way, this isn't something that happens sometimes in the women's bathroom. It's rare that it doesn't happen in the women's bathroom. But that's not the worst of it. I will tell you this, as somebody who's been working for a very long time. I'm 42 years old, and I've been working since I was 14. And the very first job I had, one of my many duties was go clean the bathrooms. There was a time that women's bathrooms did not have those little trash cans next to every toilet with the little trash bags or wax paper liners. Again, depending on where you work, what they use. There was a time that those did not exist. So what you women would do with your feminine products, your maxi pads, your tampons, is you would go into the women's bathroom, change them out, and with the used one go, well, I'm done with this. That should be punishable by death. Because it was so disgusting that I would actually have to go in there, and even though, yes, I would be wearing gloves, that doesn't take that much away from the disgusting factor that I have to pick up your used feminine product and throw it away when you could have done that yourself. What, are you grossed out by your own thing? You have to do this all the time. I should have to do it. Never! But they would get elaborate with it. Some of them would literally stick it to the wall next to them. The blood would make it stick. On more than one occasion, I'd see something peeking out from behind the toilet. And I would have to get down there and reach, because public toilets, we all know they stick out some. And I'd reach over and grab it, and what is it? Somebody would roll up their pad or something and literally stick it behind the toilet. To get there, you couldn't just reach down. You'd have to get on your friggin' hands and knees and wrap it and put it down there. What the heck is the matter with you? This isn't lazy. This is a vendetta. But now that we've got those little trash cans next to you, this only happens about half the time. And the worst thing is finding their underwear. Because this is not exclusive to women, I'll give them this. People mess their underwear. It happens. If you're sitting there judging me for saying that, stop, because you know you're full of it. Everybody has been out in public and found out the worst way they possibly could. Oh, turns out I have diarrhea. Everybody has gotten to a point where they had to go to the bathroom so bad that whereas they made it to the toilet or urinal, not completely. It happens. And with women, they've got that little extra problem. Once a month, sometimes they know it's coming, but it comes on like a flood without a warning. At least that's what my wife tells me. So I get it. Things happen. But in most cases with dudes, where it's, okay, I'm in a situation where I gotta just throw these underwear away. What they're gonna do is, yes, we're gonna sit there until we can hear nothing. Meaning we know dang well, this bathroom is empty. I'm the only one in here. We don't care how long we have to sit there and wait. Somebody will be texting us on the phone like, are you okay? It's been 3 hours. Doesn't matter. But once we can hear it's clear in there, we're going to get up. We're going to fold it up as best we can to not get anything on us. And we're going to throw them away in the trash. I find soiled underwear in the trash all the freaking time. Women, on the other hand, no. They're not going to roll it up and go throw it in the trash. If I'm lucky, they're going to throw in that thing for their feminine products, which, okay, fine. But most of the time, they're just going to leave them on the floor. And then I'm going to have to hear stupid crap from other dudes. Like, I actually talked about this once, and some dude was like, hey, I like women's panties. Yeah, I only like them when they're on the woman. And even if I was that guy who could just see a random pair of underwear and get turned on and flustered, let me make it clear to you. The underwear you're going to find in a women's bathroom is never sexy. It's never nice. It's always blood, pee, poop, or a combination. I hate to break it to you dudes, no woman in history has ever been like, well, I'm just going to leave these perfectly good panties on the floor for the next guy who wants to see them. Sorry, doesn't happen. They don't care about you that much. But if you care about humanity at all, and for God's sakes, ladies, stop leaving the bathroom so gross. So there you have it, some story about this week. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications for when I post new videos. And leave a comment I can respond to in my next comment corner. If you want to argue with me that you think the men's are more disgusting, go ahead. You're going to lose. Love you guys.